justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, and we're back with an exclusive episode with gubernatorial candidate for governor of Georgia, Mr. Derrick Jackson. How you doing today,
man? Listen, I'm so happy to be here with the Game Changers.
Yes, sir. Yes,
listen,
sir.
if you ain't changing the game, you ain't in the game.
You ain't in the game, man.
Right?
You ain't in the game. That's right, man. That's right, man. Gubernatorial election coming up in Georgia. Right.
Next year.
Next year. You guys are revving up. Is what 5 or 6 Democratic candidates?
Right now it is, and they're talking about another 2 or 3 talking about getting in this race. So we can find ourselves maybe 8 or 9 running for governor from the Democratic side, and maybe 2 or 3 from the Republican side for a total of, what's that, about 12 or 13 people.
Wow. What's the state of the Democratic Party going
Listen, that's a great question. I think we as Democrats have to make up in our mind, do we want to fight or we want to take the status quo?
Right.
See, because I'm a fighter.
Okay.
Right? Status quo has yielded us nothing.
Zero.
Okay?
Zero.
We keep talking this whole status quo. We talking all these platitudes, boots on the ground. All that stuff sounds nice, right?
Right.
But it ain't helping my young people, my young black men, my young black women, right? It ain't helping them find a job. It ain't increasing our minimum wage from $5.15. So I'm a fighter.
Yes.
Right? I'm a fighter born that way. And then I was cultivated that way when I went into the military.
Okay.
Right? 22 years in the military, retired military officer, lieutenant commander.
Right.
Then I went to corporate America, did that for 10 years. And now I'm on my 5th term, which is 10 years under the Gold Dome. So 42 years of leadership.
Serving
42 years of experience, 42 years of service.
Correct.
I know how to fight.
Hey, man. And fight is what you do. I've seen you down this past week in Camden County, coastal Georgia is what they call it, southeast Georgia.
That's it.
That area is a different area from Atlanta. Like, it's a different dynamic. It's a different set of culture. What was your experience in coastal Georgia working alongside those coastal Georgia Democrats and how they mobilize in the community and ignite the vote?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, number one, I'm not new to rural Georgia. All right, I just want to make sure that's clear, get that on tape. I'm not new to rural Georgia. Here's the reason why. Because in the early 1800s, my great-great-grandfather was sold in Charleston, South Carolina, and he was brought over to Georgia.
Wow.
In the early 1800s. Okay? And he was on a plantation in a place called Waynesboro, Georgia.
Wow.
For those who don't know where Waynesboro, Georgia is, Burke County.
Yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
And so then my mother's father, my grandfather, was also born right on the cusp of slavery.
Okay.
But really a sharecropper.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so his father was obviously a slave, and then it manifested once we were free, 1863, and became a sharecropper. And then my grandfather was a sharecropper and a farmer. In Waynesboro, Georgia. So rural Georgia is not new to me.
So you're definitely not new to rural Georgia.
Not new, that's right. And then number 2, when I went down to Camden County, it was just electric to me. Here's the reason why it was electric. Because they keep asking us who are in the Atlanta metro area to show up.
Yes.
And so I was fully embraced when I showed up. They're like, you here? I'm like, yes. Where else would I be? Right. Because my people are in rural Georgia. My people are in urban Georgia. My people are in suburban Georgia.
Yes.
In order to meet my people, see my people, I got to show up.
Definitely.
Right. So number 2, I will show up. And then number 3, to the essence of your question is this: rural Georgia. Those who live in rural Georgia, their needs are different.
Definitely.
Okay. They're looking for making sure that they get the resources to cultivate rural Georgia. Our black farmers, for example.
Correct.
Right? They need support and resources. They're not asking for a handout. They just want to make sure they're not left behind.
Yes.
And my 22 years in the Navy demonstrated that we don't leave no one behind. That's what I was taught. And so it was great to be on the coastline. We're going back many, many times. I'm no stranger, like I said, to the rural parts of the coast and rural Georgia.
Now, with rural Georgia, and you being a native of rural Georgia, and we're talking about the difference in rural Georgia, like what's going on. 85% of Georgia is made up of small business entrepreneurship. The rest is made up of warehouses, other big businesses. Rural Georgia is different because entrepreneurship is not a high commodity in rural Georgia. Most you have working class people. What's your plan to mobilize rural Georgia and mobilize those people who are caught into the everyday life of the hustle? Those are our blue collar workers, the people who actually keep the state running.
Oh, absolutely. So when you think about, well, first off, I want everybody to go to voteDerrickJackson.org, voteDerrickJackson.org, and you'll see my entire plan.
Correct.
But to respond to your question is this.
Okay.
The reason why entrepreneurship is not as robust as it is right here in the Atlanta metropolitan area,
okay,
because the infrastructure is not there.
Wow.
Right?
Good.
Rural Georgia needs broadband.
Yes.
Rural Georgia needs internet.
Yes.
Right? To even become an entrepreneur or whatever industry.
Okay.
Right? And you also need resources. The capital. You got places like in Albany, Georgia, right? Where my wife is from, Doherty.
Yes.
There's no Bank of America there.
Wow.
So even if you thought of getting capital from one of the major banks in the United States, you have to drive a good distance outside of Albany.
Like a major city.
Right.
Almost, yeah.
Right? You got to come up to Macon.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And so you have to look at the infrastructure what entrepreneurs need.
Okay.
Right? Think about post office.
Yes.
How much FedEx and UPS are there?
Yes.
Right? With your business, I know you have to use a lot of UPS and FedEx.
Absolutely.
Right?
Correct.
If
Yes.
you got enough, I probably pass about 10 or 15 of them coming here.
Come on.
Right?
Now. Yes.
But that's not the case in rural Georgia.
Yes.
Right? So you got to meet those entrepreneurs where they are. They may want to do something around agriculture. They may want to do something around textile.
Okay.
Those things that are already in place there because they can't leverage the other means because it's not built inside of rural Georgia. We have to have an infrastructure. And my plan, when I become governor, is to make sure that they have access to capital. They have an infrastructure they can leverage. So despite whatever you want to be, down in Camden, Byron, 122 counties out of 159 counties are considered rural Georgia.
Yes.
And so these 122 counties, we need to go there and see what they need, listen to them, and then activate the plan.
Absolutely. Now, as we know, rural Georgia also presents a school to prison pipeline type culture where a lot of our African American men who are working in the warehouse, who are back on their feet, recidivism citizens, they want to vote. How do we mobilize that group of people in rural Georgia to get them back on the voters ballot, eligible to vote? We just seen what happened where how many voters were eliminated from the ballot?
480,000.
Right. How do we get that group? Because we have to mobilize a group in order to cross this line in the election process.
Yeah, listen, that's an excellent question. I always tell folks, if legislation get us in this mess, we're going to need legislation to get us out of this mess.
Wow.
So you got to start with the laws.
Okay.
Right? I believe in second chances. So heck, sometime you may need a third chance.
Right.
So we need legislation to open up a gateway for those who have served their time, right? Paid their price to society. But we have to have a gateway for them to even have a runway for them to even be fully considered as citizens.
Yes.
Right? That means your record should be expunged automatically.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Let's start there.
Yes.
And then we need to make sure that there's no way of reminding them of the past.
Okay.
And so let's look at opportunities where I may say there's a grant available, $50,000 that you hire someone.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That maybe develop some skills while they were in prison.
Okay.
Right? So you as a business owner, the state is saying, here's a $50,000 grant. You may hire one or two to help them get back on their feet.
Okay.
Help them get some skills, maybe in media or marketing or sales, wherever that case may be. So now is society, one, embracing that individual. Two, we're saying as the government, we believe in second chances, give you an opportunity to make some money legally, get some food on the table and a roof over your head.
Yes.
But we need to have legislation in place, and you need a governor that's going to, one, think of these ideas in the most creative way, and then two, work with our business community to make sure that that door and that runway is open for those who want to come out and do the right thing.
Absolutely, and I totally 100% agree with you. In our motto at Streets of Gentlemen, we have a slogan saying education builds opportunity, but we also know that resources breed development. And in resources breeding development, when it comes to economic development in Georgia, what's your plan to mobilize the agricultural system, the farmers, the ones who actually we get, the farm to table process? Because a lot of people, when they look at Georgia, they look at Atlanta. They don't think about Ocilla, Georgia. They don't think about Waycross, Georgia. They don't think about these counties that produce produce that service worldwide across a global economy.
When the 11 million citizens in Georgia that call Georgia home,
okay,
I would be a governor to remind them that we have 18 strong economies, 18 strong industries.
Okay.
But our number one industry that's going very strong?
What's that?
Agriculture.
Man. It's
$33 billion.
Wow.
So a lot of folks think it's the movie and television industry. We're doing well there too.
We're doing well.
Right? Because we've grown that from 300 million to now 9.5 billion.
Correct.
In 14 years, right?
Correct.
All the Marvel movies, but that's not our number one industry.
Yes.
Agriculture is.
It definitely is.
Right? Out of 159 counties, 122 counties are what we consider rural.
Wow.
Right? And so we need to make sure that we do the right thing. Now, I will tell you that these tariffs conversation going back and forth is hurting our agriculture.
I could definitely see that.
Because this conversation around tariffs, and we can talk about that later during your interview, but when you think about the federal government, how it negatively impacted the state government needs to say, hold up, federal government.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So we have a governor right now that's being very, very quiet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He knows what is happening in Washington, D.C. is hurting the economies here in Georgia.
Okay.
Right? Which is the reason why he had to freeze the budget.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Right? So he's being very quiet. If I was your governor right now, I would not be quiet.
Okay.
Trump would have a headache every day.
Well, let me.
What are you doing?
Let me ask you this. So what is your plan to help Georgia residents? Because we do understand that it's made up of agriculture in rural Georgia. What is the plan to bring relief for those rural Georgia counties and those counties that depend on agriculture, and that being one of the biggest investments and one of the biggest resources for Georgia economy? What is the plan to kind of work alongside with the Republicans and up and on a capital level, on a nation level, with you being state governor? What's the plan? Because we got to work across the gap as we see.
Yeah, we do have to have a plan first. Let's start there.
Yes.
We have no plan.
Okay.
Right? So when you have $16 billion surplus,
okay,
you have to have a plan how to execute that.
Okay.
Right? And then you also need to have a plan what happens when the federal government is negatively impacting your state.
Definitely.
Okay? And so you have some Democratic governors right now saying, listen, federal government, right, we don't need you.
Yes.
We have a surplus.
Okay.
We're sitting on money. But what we're not going to do is that you negatively impact, in our case, 11 million Georgians.
Wow.
Right? And so I'm accustomed. People like to say, bruh, reach across the aisle.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But during my nearly 9+ years under that Gold Dome, they're not interested in reaching across the aisle. I got to be honest with you.
Wow.
This year, Governor Kemp signed 378 bills.
Okay.
Of that 378 bills, how many were of them were Democratic bills? You want to take a guess?
Man, I was so 10.
5.
Wow.
So if somebody is saying they're willing to work across the aisle, give us at least 50 bills. Heck, 60 bills out of 378.
Come on now.
Not 5.
Not 5.
Right?
Right.
The 80 of us in the House, we represent 4.8 million Georgians.
Yes, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
But you wouldn't see that.
Right.
And so a lot of folks saying, well, wait a minute, it's 80 of you all, because when I first got elected in 2016, there was only 62 Democrats.
Yes. Okay.
Now we've grown 18 more seats.
Okay.
Now it's 80 of us.
Okay.
Right? But you wouldn't see no impact.
Yes.
You wouldn't see no difference.
Yes.
Because the Republicans right now are not interested playing on both sides.
Well, let me ask
Okay.
you. Let me ask you this: Do you feel like the Republican Party, because the Republican Party under the Brian Kemp administration, they appointed a lot of elected officials on the Democratic side. Do you think that weakened or strengthened the Democratic Party from his appointment of elected officials? Because he seemed to be working across the aisle publicly. But it looks like behind. I mean, you tell me. Woo.
I would tell you this.
Okay.
Look at an individual's policy.
Wow.
And that would tell you if they are for you or they're trying to hurt you.
Yes, most definitely.
Right?
Right.
We have over 700,000 small businesses in Georgia.
Okay.
You know how many of them 700,000 small businesses we helped during COVID 5 years ago?
How many?
Try 0.
Wow.
As a state now.
As a state.
I'm not talking about the federal government doing PPP and all that. I'm talking about as a state.
Where did that money go?
Did you get any help?
Well, not statewide. Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Now, we helped major corporations during COVID.
Okay.
We gave Delta Airlines $40 million for jet fuel tax that they didn't even ask for.
Wow.
We helped major corporations, but we didn't help the 700,000 small businesses here in Georgia.
And Georgia is made up of 85% small business entrepreneurs.
Okay?
Wow.
Think about that for a second.
Okay.
So if your policy, so you can say one thing, but your policies are saying something different.
Yes.
Are they trying to help you or hurt you? Right?
Right.
I'll use another example. Medicaid. Okay?
Okay.
Nearly 1 million Georgians with little to no health care
Right.
in Georgia.
Okay.
Right? Has he expanded Medicaid?
From a federal and a state level, it seems like people are losing Medicaid.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got nearly $6 billion sitting on the table because he refused to sign his signature to expand Medicaid right here in Georgia.
Wow.
So he came up with a program. Now his program, he said, I'm going to bring about 150,000 Georgians and give them health care.
Okay.
Of that 150,000, how many of you think he actually really signed? That was his goal, the 150,000. How many think is on his plan? The Kemp medical plan.
I would say, man, I mean, you crushed him. I would say what?
I'll help you, bro.
Go ahead.
8,000.
Wow.
So your goal was 150,000,
Right.
but you only netted 8,000.
Wow. Wow.
So and then let's talk about education,
Okay.
right? Is he taking money from the public education or he putting money into the public education?
Seems to be taken away. Classrooms are overpacked. I know exclusively here in Henry County, man, we have a student to teacher ratio that's just not meeting the standard. That's definitely behind the 8 ball when we address that.
Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to use another example. When Nathan Deal was the governor for 8 years, he started a criminal justice reform.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
He got a lot of bipartisan support from us. All right? I'll be the first. I signed on some of that criminal justice reform.
Okay.
Kemp, when he got in office, he ripped all that stuff up.
Wow.
So I'm saying a lot of folks will say he's a good governor, but from the inside looking out, he's a horrible governor.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just going to look at your policies.
Okay.
I'm not attacking a person. You know, are they a good husband or a bad father? No, I'm not doing none of that. It's not personal for me.
Correct.
What are your policies and how do you vote?
Wow. And policies are definitely important. We hold that thought, State Rep Derrick Jackson, candidate for governor, gubernatorial candidate. We're going to have to go to a commercial break. You guys stay tuned. We're on Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. You guys stay tuned. Ease up.
Georgia. In America, we are in what many may call dark days. This is not a game. We are in a crisis that has many in communities across this state and in the nation feeling uncomfortable and, quite honestly, scared and unsure of what tomorrow will bring. In this moment, we need someone that's ready and willing to pull us out of darkness and step into the light of our greatest potential. It is not enough for us to fight against the powers that be, but we also need to fight for something. I desire to fight for you and your family as I announce my candidacy to become governor of Georgia. As governor, I will be that champion. I want to ensure your rights are protected. Civil rights, reproductive rights, human rights, women's rights, LGBTQ rights. I want to protect you from being abducted in our streets. I understand that climate and the environment is important. You deserve clean air to breathe and fresh water to drink. A governor that believes all Georgians deserve good paying jobs, safe homes, and access to affordable health care. But a governor also that believes that giving birth to children in this state should not be a death sentence. Who do we have that is going to lead us to brighter days? A husband, father, business executive, entrepreneur, military veteran. We need someone to restore hope. We need a governor on day one who is ready to battle against the Trump policies, the Republican agenda, and protect the citizens in this state. Every day I will wake up with your family on my mind. I am ready to be a champion for you. Elect me, Derrick Jackson, for governor.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. We're back with gubernatorial candidate for governor of Georgia, Mr. Derrick Jackson. We heated it up. We heated it up, man. We had to go to a commercial break. My show producer was like, boy, but I'm like, hey, man, if Rush Limbaugh can say it, I can too, you know? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Why not?
Why not? Why
right?
not?
I mean, we have to, the days of sugarcoating things.
Come on, man.
Has not helped us.
No.
Right?
Correct.
And you know, the word of God said the truth will set you free.
Come on now.
It didn't say sugarcoat it. Right?
Yes.
Right? I mean, you know, that's how I was built. My mother, bless her soul, she taught me that a person that lied will cheat, and a person that cheat will steal.
Come on now.
And if a person that steal will kill.
Come on now.
Right? And so one of the things, the beautiful thing about the truth, you don't have to memorize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
No.
Now you gotta memorize a lie.
Right.
You gotta like, okay, did I tell that person over here in Bankhead a lie, and the person over here in Buckhead a lie? Then what did I tell that person in Buckhead versus what I told them in Bankhead?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But when you tell the person in Bankhead the truth,
yes,
and the person in Buckhead the truth, it's the truth.
It's the truth. Man.
Come on, man.
Boy, and speaking of the truth, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of the truth, the messaging of the Democratic Party, I don't think it's resonating with the people of today. What do we have to do to how are we going to redefine the Democratic message in Georgia? It's not working.
It is not working, and we know it's not working. The reason why we know it's not working, before 24 years,
okay,
a Democrat has not held a statewide seat.
Wow.
Like governor, right? I'm not talking about anything else.
Right.
I'm not demeaning other constitutional offices. I'm talking about governor.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Sonny Perdue had 8 years of governor.
Yes.
Nathan Deal had 8 years of governor.
Yes.
Brian Kemp, 8 years. That's 24 years.
Wow.
We have not had a Democrat as governor.
Okay.
So our message has to be more than just Medicaid expansion. Our message has to be more than about jobs.
Okay.
Our message has to be more than just public education.
Sexual preference.
Right. Okay?
Yeah.
So my message is very, very clear.
Yeah.
Right? You will have a governor that every day I wake up, I'm thinking about how can I improve your family's life?
Wow.
All 159 counties, all 537 cities.
Okay.
And it's not a broad brush, right? Because the families in Camden are different than the families in Waycross.
Definitely. They're definitely different.
Your needs and your wants are different.
Correct.
Right? They're different in Doherty County.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Macon Bibb. Right?
Come on now.
Right? DeKalb, Gwinnett. They're all different. And so I'm going to be a governor that's laser focused on your family. So let's take Black Men's Health, for example.
Okay.
We should do more for Black Men's Health. I want you to stay around. Why is it that Black Men's Health that's dealing with prostate,
Yes.
right? 3 to 5 times greater of dying of prostate than their white man counterpart,
Why is it?
right? We got the answer. We can solve it. Right? I want to be able to keep you around, man.
That's
you're
right.
a husband, you're a father,
Yes.
you're an entrepreneur, you're a community leader. I need to keep you around.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
And so I need to make sure our plan, we're not just talking about Medicaid expansion. I'm zeroing in, how can I keep a Black man your age alive?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
I'm also focused on how to keep Black women alive. Why is it that a Black woman, right?
Right.
Simply just trying to give birth to our children,
Wow.
possibly can have a death sentence too.
Wow.
See, Brian Kemp is the signature of House Bill 481.
Okay.
They call it the what do they call that? Darn, it's the heartbeat bill,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And we all know I'm not a doctor, so when the heartbeat happens, it happens.
Absolutely.
Right? The way God designed it.
Correct.
But House Bill 481 stimulated a point where it removed the right of a woman having the rights over their body.
Wow.
So as a father of 4 daughters and 3 sons, I want my 4 daughters to have the autonomy over their body and the agency over their body like my 3 sons.
That's right.
So House Bill 481 should be repealed.
Okay.
But because it's in place, 169 women died in 2021.
Wow. Wow.
And of that 169, 56% were Black, 34% were white. That same year in 2021, 776 children died,
Okay.
simply trying to come into the world.
Okay.
Right? That's the message.
Right. Right.
I want to keep you alive. See, that sounds much, much better than keep talking about Medicaid expansion.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you have the ability as a husband and father and those who want to be mothers, right?
Yes.
To be able to have children, right? Grow a family.
Yes.
I'm also going to be the governor that's talking about how to improve minimum wage. You know what our minimum wage is in Georgia?
725.
No, sir.
515.
Nope.
What is it?
You said 725?
Yes.
No, it's not 725. It's 515.
Wow. Yeah, I did drop down to 515. Yeah.
No, it's been 515 for 24 years.
Wow.
So the same Republicans that's saying we fighting for families got our minimum wage since 2001, $5.15.
Wow.
There are only 2 states with a minimum wage less than $7.25, which is
Okay.
the federal minimum wage.
Okay.
Georgia's one. You know what the other state is?
What's that?
Wyoming.
Wow.
I can take the entire state of Wyoming and put it in the middle of Atlanta. So why is it that Georgia, the 8th largest, very prosperous, sitting on $16 billion surplus compared to little old Wyoming?
Yes. I don't understand it, man. It's like we're.
So that's the message,
Yeah.
right? You got to be authentic, you got to tell the truth, and you got to say it like it is.
Most
What
definitely.
you're going to do. And if I don't deliver, then you don't rehire me,
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Because you're the employer.
Yes.
I'm the employee.
Yeah. And Georgia
I
is
work
that
for
one
you.
state. Yes.
Right? Some people are like, man, we never had a politician say that. You're the employer.
Right.
You're the boss.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
I need your vote. You hire me to do a job, and if I don't deliver on the things that I said I'm going to deliver on, you do not bring me back in the office.
It's simple as that.
Right?
Simple as that.
And
Simple
this
as that.
is the things that I've been doing and saying for a long time. I didn't just wake up because I decided to run for governor. No. Go online and look at House Bill 600.
Okay.
And you'll see that I'm sponsoring a bill the author of the bill to increase our minimum wage from $5.15. The first year you go to $15, the second year you go to $20, and the third year $27.
Now let me ask you this because candidate for Congressional District 13, Carlos Moore, he was recently on our show. Judge Carlos Moore. He was recently on our show and he said that he had a plan, representing the congressional district to improve minimum wage, but he had a tier system he wanted to move by. Because what type of pushback do you think you'll get? Being that Georgia is an 85% entrepreneur small business state, do you think you'll get any type of pushback from, hey man, he wants to increase minimum wage, that means we have to spend more money? Tell us how that would navigate with the small business owner.
Yeah, I appreciate the question. That's an excellent question.
Okay.
So we often hear the same talking points
Yes.
when we start talking about increasing minimum wage.
Right.
But we don't hear the same thing when we talk about tax cuts.
You said it, man. You said it. Let's go.
So if we can't afford increase the minimum wage, but we can afford tax cuts,
Tax cuts, yeah.
$1.7 trillion,
Come on now, man. Come on, make it make sense.
make it make sense,
Yeah.
right? Listen, my wife and I, we have 7 children. As I stated, 4 daughters and 3 sons.
Okay.
The youngest is 19, the oldest is 31.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
When they needed something, I don't recall minimum wage impacting or influencing my decision
Correct.
for my household,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So if we're really going to talk about helping families,
Come on, man.
right?
Yes.
So one way I would do this is simply this. For the entrepreneurs, I already mentioned that I'm going to give you a grant,
Yeah.
right? No strings attached,
Yes.
right? You don't have to pay me back.
Yes.
Now you got to hire Georgians now. You can't bring in people from Washington, D.C. or New York.
Correct.
No, you got to hire some Georgians.
Correct.
For this grant. That's a
Correct.
requirement.
Okay.
Okay? Right? So I'm not just trying to create a dynamic that's going to hurt one spectrum of our society, entrepreneurs, while I'm trying to still help families.
Correct. Okay.
Right? And so we often hear the same argument about minimum wage. I remember my mother was a nurse. And in the early 70s, I remember my mother saying minimum wage was like $1.35, something like that. Right?
Okay.
$1.35. Now it's $7.25. You know the cost of bread? I remember my mother giving me maybe $10 that we get a loaf of bread,
Yeah.
some eggs, some milks,
Yeah.
and ketchup, mustard, and some other thing.
Come on,
It
man.
was just $10.
Yes.
And I brought back change.
Come on now.
Okay?
Yes. and walk from the stove.
Listen, my omelet costs more now.
I agree.
My omelet, when I would go to the local restaurant, used to cost me $11-12.
Wow.
Today, we had brunch just on the other day. It was $18.
Okay.
Now I don't think the eggs change.
Nah.
The chicken didn't change.
The chicken ain't.
It's not a golden egg.
Yeah. Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And so we got to be honest, right? It's a myth to think that if I increase the minimum wage from $5.15 to $15, that is going to push businesses out of the business. It's
Wow.
going to bankrupt business. No. You got CEOs.
Yes.
Their compensation has jumped in 1 year 200-300%.
Correct.
I don't hear nobody complaining about that.
Nobody ain't complaining about that. Yeah.
Jeff Bezos just shut down the whole Venice, Italy for 3 days for his wedding.
Come on, man.
Right? Elon Musk's net worth jumped from $200 billion to $500 billion in 6 weeks.
Come on, man.
So make it make sense.
Make it
the
make
math ain't mathing. Me increasing minimum. Now, I tell you what it will do by
Yes.
going from $5.15 to $15.
Okay.
Those who say, man, I can't afford eggs and gas, now can say, I can afford it.
Correct. Yes.
Those who want to possibly go from living in an apartment to purchasing their first starter home can now afford it.
Can now afford it, yeah. Because you got to make 3 times the mortgage to even.
Right?
Wanna go there.
So I'm gonna do a phased approach. The first year $15.
Okay.
And we'll do it in different sectors, right? The second year $20. We'll
Okay.
do it in different sectors.
Okay.
And then the third year $27.
Correct.
To go from $5.15 to $27, the word unaffordable will be of the past.
Wow.
Because a livable wage right now is $27.86.
Now I see.
That will help bring 2.1 million Georgians out of poverty.
And poverty is a major issue in Georgia. It's definitely a major issue in Georgia. Now, I see you are very adamant about family, the working class family, and bridging the gap between employment and the average family in Georgia. We spoke about the Democratic message as we begin. President Trump seemed to ignite the nation, ignite Mexicans, Latinos, of all people, saying on policy and value systems, value systems. How do you get that message that you have to resonate with Georgians in that fashion where, hey man, we're gonna do something for families, because we have a lot of split families in Georgia due to mass incarceration, and I know you spoke about that in your candidacy. But what's your plan to bring back a value so that Democrats can say, that's a value that I believe in. That's a what's your message for that?
Yeah, so I don't want families just to survive.
Okay.
I don't want families just to get by paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
Now I want you to thrive.
Right.
Right? So think of the 3 W's, right?
Okay.
Because that's what you're asking me.
Yes.
3 W's. The first W has to be around work. Right?
Yes.
Now, when I say work, I'm not just talking about you being an employee.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Right? But I'm also thinking about you being an employer. Right?
Okay.
So so my first W is around work.
Okay.
And that work stands for those, it's 3 points on the W, right?
Yes. Yes.
You're going to be either an employee, an employer, or entrepreneur.
Correct.
That's it.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
So you could be an influencer, making money. We're going to have the infrastructure in place. We're going to have this World Cup coming every year. We're on the world stage.
Yes.
So if you want to do Airbnb, you have your house set up, do Airbnb. You want to have an infrastructure in place to do that.
Right.
I mean, you're either going to be an employee, employer, or an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And we're going to give you the opportunity.
Especially
the Super Bowl is coming again in 2028.
Okay.
We're going to have the NBA. I mean, every year, right? It's going to be an opportunity for entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We got the world's busiest, most efficient airport right here.
Yes.
Right? So why not have an economy to where families can think about, okay, do I want to open up a business, or do I want to be an employee of a business, or do I want to be an entrepreneur?
Correct.
Okay, that's the first W, work.
Work.
The second W, we already talked about wages, right?
Yes.
You have to be Atlanta, let me just say Georgia as a whole,
Okay.
but specifically Atlanta.
Okay.
The average startup home is $300,000.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You got to be able to afford it. So you need the wages available. So I've already talked about increasing the minimum wage. The other way you can help with wages, when businesses want to move to Georgia,
Okay.
right? You need to let them know that they got to talk to union,
Yes.
right? I am
Okay.
pro-union.
Okay.
And so we will have a state pro-act under my administration,
Okay.
right, to help facilitate wages,
Okay.
help negotiate that, right? Because wages is not only come in the form of monetary,
Right.
but also benefits. We
Right.
already talked about healthcare earlier,
Right.
So medical, dental, vision, right? Some families have special needs children,
That's important in Georgia.
right?
Yes.
So that's that wages block.
Okay.
And then the third and final W is wealth.
Come on now.
I don't want you to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want you just to survive. I want you to thrive. I want you to be able to say, listen, me and my family went on not one vacation, but 3 vacations this year.
Yes.
Now you may say, well, Derek, why are you focused on vacation? Because I've learned that there's a direct correlation between families that take vacation,
Okay.
be able to reset and relax, R&R, and mental health.
Okay. Which is a big factor in
It's a huge factor.
Yes.
See, because one of the elements around mental health is stress,
Wow.
anxiety. You got to be able to detox and unplug,
Yes, you definitely have to do that.
right? And so I want families in Georgia to go on vacation,
Yes.
but you need wealth to be able to do that. And wealth is not only in the form of that too. When I think of wealth, I'm talking about your health. We already discussed it.
Absolutely.
See, because your health is your wealth.
Definitely.
I don't need you to stay alive. If you may have $5 million in the bank,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But if your health is tore up from the floor up, you can enjoy that $5 million.
You cannot. You cannot.
So wealth also translates to me into legislation more than just a monetary thing, more than just, 7 figures. It also talks about making sure that you live as long as you possibly can.
Correct.
So we also, under that wealth, we're also dealing with food deserts.
Okay.
Because your body is what you eat.
It definitely is. Yeah, it definitely
Right?
is. Yes.
I mean, we got a lot of foodies
Okay.
in Georgia. And so that wealth component is more than just making sure that you can go on vacation, more than just building a legacy for your family.
Right.
It's more than just making sure you got medical, dental, and vision, and make sure that you have the ability to take care of our senior citizens.
Okay.
Because right now there's another growing population of homelessness, and that's senior citizens.
It definitely is. Yes.
They're being taxed out of their house. So my wealth component, that pillar, touches so many different things.
Correct. Okay, man. I'm glad you spoke
Right.
on that. Yes.
We got to take care of our homeless. I don't care why they became homeless. I don't know how they got there.
Okay.
That's a personal thing. Now it's our job to make sure that the homeless the unsheltered population doesn't continue to grow.
Yes. Yes.
Right? 4 years ago, the unsheltered was about 3% of our population.
Correct.
They said by 2030 it could be 12%.
I don't understand how we have a church on every corner in Georgia and we have homeless issue. I just do not understand that.
You have to have compassion, man. See, my mother, and I don't want to get choked up here, my mother taught me for 40 years. She was a nurse.
Yes.
She said she would go inside that hospital room
Wow.
and she would say to her patient, how are you feeling? Because she may not know if that patient is going to leave that hospital or not, if they're going to live or die,
Yes.
right? And so she always treated every patient with compassion,
Wow.
regardless of their pigmentation, regardless of their ethnicity and their race and their religion. And so that was instilled in me and my 3 siblings,
Okay.
right? My 3 sisters. And so we got to make sure that we still demonstrate compassion. We go to church every week. We talk about taking care of the least of these, but every time we drive by a homeless person,
Yeah.
I think government has a responsibility to take care of our unsheltered.
I agree, man, because I think that also falls into healthcare, a healthier Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, we just had a statement released. I believe it's all over TikTok. It's all over the news. Where, I mean, thousands of cases of HIV in Georgia. What's the healthcare plan moving forward?
You know, the very first thing is the federal government fired so many employees over at CDC.
Wow.
You know what I would do if I was governor right now?
What's that?
I'll go hire all of those federal employees and put them on a state payroll. There's no other CDC other than right here in Georgia.
Wow. Wow.
We need CDC,
We definitely do.
right?
Yes.
It was because of CDC we developed a vaccine to help keep us all alive 5 years ago when we were dealing with COVID,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You don't have a CDC in New York or California or Texas. Your CDC is right here.
Right in Georgia.
Right here. So we should get the absolute best care. If something goes down and there's a weird disease or bacteria or virus going on, we got CDC in our backyard.
Most definitely.
So my plan would be to take care of CDC, right? Take care of the National Institute of Health. Take care of Emory. Make sure these hospitals, because right now we got 4 hospitals in rural Georgia about to close, and another 12 on life support.
Wow.
So when you got 4 million people living in rural Georgia, 6 million around the metropolitan area,
Okay.
right? That makes up the 11 million.
Wow.
So I got to take care of these hospitals.
Yeah.
We got a deficit right now of 40,000 nurses.
Wow.
82 counties do not have an OBGYN. 67 counties do not have a pediatrician. So you cannot say that you're pro-family if you do not have an OBGYN in every county.
Wow. Man, you got man, State Rep Derrick Jackson hitting us with all the facts, man. A fighting Democrat with integrity, vision, and experience. Man, we're gonna have to go to one more commercial break. Shout out to a New Well Incorporated, serving IDD, adult daycare center in Stockbridge, just open. You guys, make sure you support that business. But we're gonna have to go to another commercial break. You guys stay tuned. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. Ease up.
This is the most perilous time that I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. I have a 1-month-old son, and I'm very afraid that his future could be a lot darker than mine has been. I'm Carlos Moore, former judge, husband, father, community leader, and now candidate for Congress. I'm running because our families deserve a leader who actually shows up. My natural born instinct has always been to fight. When I was in Mississippi, I challenged the governor about the state flag. I didn't think that it was right for the state flag to have the Confederate emblem.
Moore contends the flag is, quote, state-sanctioned hate speech.
You've gotten death threats. Folks have been trashing you on Facebook.
I've chosen to raise my son here in Georgia, and I believe the people of District 13 deserve a fighter. When they get up every day, they go to work, don't complain, and just try to do the best they can to put food on the table, keep the lights on, and do right by their loved ones. They deserve a government that will help them get ahead and not put them further behind. We don't want to go back. We're not going back, not without a fight. Right now, it's so much going wrong, it's almost hard to see what's going right. The economy is out of whack, taken from the poor to give to the rich. My wife is a native of Trinidad. That's to be celebrated, not to be demonized. There continues to be gun violence across Georgia, and democracy is actually at risk. This moment is calling for more. Together we will walk hand in hand, fighting for our future, fighting for our freedom. It's time for all gas and no brakes. I will not be a congressman when I'm 80. That they can rest assured, because every generation should get better than the preceding generation. The people are ready for a change, and I'm ready to help deliver it.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. We're back with gubernatorial candidate for governor, Mr. Derrick Jackson, state representative of Georgia, currently running for the governor position of Georgia as a Democrat. As we were going to break, I think we left the microphone smoking every time we turn this thing off, man, because my producers are giving me the wave like, whoa, you know, and I mean, we hit some nuggets. And one thing before you go, State Rep Jackson, and then I'm going to go back to the Democratic Party, because I'm in the streets, man. You know, I'm in the streets. I'm listening to what people are saying. I'm listening to the narratives that are being drawn, why people are saying, hey, I'm no longer Democrat, I'm no longer this, I'm no longer Republican. Like, people are at a point. Two questions, and I'm going to start off with this. In 2020, African-American people were sold, get somebody that looks like us in office, and the job will get done. Do you think that promise has been fulfilled?
The answer is no. It's not being fulfilled, right?
Okay.
I mean, look at the evidence.
Okay.
I mean, you have a qualified candidate such as myself.
Okay.
But the institution said, no, we don't want a fighter.
Wow.
Right? Think about what they did to Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett that sister's a fighter,
Yes, yes.
right? But the institution did not give her a ranking member seat
Wow.
in Congress for the to represent the Democrats.
Okay.
Right?
Right, right.
And so AOC is another fighter.
Right.
Right?
Right, right.
And so there's a challenge with the institution,
Okay.
with those who want to take the status quo position,
Yes.
that yield us nothing,
Come on now.
or those who are fighting the
Yeah.
good fight.
Yes.
Right? And when you fight the good fight, the people are saying that's what we need right now.
Correct.
We
Correct.
need someone that's going to stand up and say, no, you're not going to go against the Constitution.
Right.
You're not going to take my civil rights, my LGBTQIA rights, all these other rights
Right, right.
that our ancestors fought hard for us to get.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
What makes 2025 different than 1877? Great question. What makes the difference is we have rights that they did not have back then.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the question is, for the Democratic Party,
Okay.
my party, our party,
Okay.
do we want to win during a general election? If the answer is yes, then pick the candidate that you know that will give us a fighting chance.
Right.
On the Republican and Democratic side, no one have military experience like I do.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you're probably saying, well, Derek, why are you starting there? Because right now, when you do the polling, Gallup polling, 80% of our society respect the military. 80%.
Definitely.
So when you talk about crossover appeal, 80% of our society, regardless of your pigmentation, regardless of your political stripes, 80% of our society appreciate the military.
They definitely appreciate the military.
Okay?
Correct.
The Democratic Party polling at 34%. This is the lowest in 37 years.
Wow.
34%. The Republican Party polling at 39%
Okay.
favorability.
Yeah.
So even with a flawed candidate, a convicted felon candidate
Okay.
like Trump,
Okay.
the Republican Party is at 39% polling favorability compared to the Democrats at 34%.
Wow.
Right?
Come on.
So even with those dynamics in polling, now some people will say, well, we don't put that much faith in polling. You do polling. You know you're out there in the streets.
Yeah, I'm in the streets. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when your company, when you do polling and you're hearing from the people,
Yes.
you're no kidding boots on the ground.
Yes.
Right? Your company.
Yes.
Right? You know the facts. And when you hear people, as you already articulated, that folks like not feeling the Democratic Party right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't see it, they see us as weak. They see us as continue to do the same status quo. You're still talking about Medicaid expansion. You're still talking about jobs. You're still talking about public education. And that has not helped those who just coming out of jail cells. That has not helped those who are in the workplace and want to keep their jobs.
Correct.
I mean, think about it. In the last 4 months, 318,000 black women lost their jobs. 318,000 black women in the last 4 months lost their jobs.
Okay.
Right? In the last 7 months, 571,000 black people lost their jobs.
Wow.
All because somebody attacked DEI, as if diversity is a bad thing,
Wow.
as in inclusion is a bad thing, as equity is a bad thing.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
And so the Democratic Party, our party, had to say, what are we going to fight for?
Yes. What are
we fighting for?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's the reason why, in the spirit of John Lewis,
Okay.
he said, when you see something that's not right, not fair, not just,
Okay.
you have a moral obligation to do something. So that's why I'm running for governor. I'm bringing all 42 years of leadership, experience, leadership of service.
Yes.
Right? That when you break that 42 years down, 22 years in the military.
Wow. Wow.
Right? I went in as a E1, enlisted,
Okay.
and retired as a lieutenant commander.
Come on, man.
So no one can tell me what struggle,
Yeah.
what school of hard knocks. The chances to go from what I did in the military was 1% of 1% of 1%.
Right. Right. Now, I'm with you, man. And now, one thing I think with the Democratic Party is we're moving the goalposts. We're moving the goalposts a lot. And right, civil rights time, it was black people fighting for black people. We're fighting for black civil rights. We're back fighting for black people. But it seems like the Democratic Party finds a way to continue to divide the Democratic Party. Now the narrative is man versus woman. You know, it's a section, like we've divided a community and a culture, and we went to say, okay, black women this, black men this. Like, when are we gonna come together, man? Yeah, what's up with that, man?
Right, no, listen. And I think you hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Right, because the Democratic Party, we understand we're the Big Ten. Yeah, we were like, hey, man, everybody want to come on. Come on. But everybody, you know, you're Asian, baby, come on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that the Democratic Party allows for the Republican Party to write our narrative.
Man. Most definitely.
Right? No other company in your industry can write the narrative for Game Changers.
Zero.
Because you're not going to allow that.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Your brand, Game Changer, stands for something.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When I think about the work that you do in the community, Streets of Gentlemen, Inc. stands for something.
Correct.
The Democratic Party must stand for something.
Wow.
If you keep letting the Republican Party write the narrative for you, right?
Yeah.
I should be okay saying the Democrats, let me look into the camera. Since 1964, black women and black men held up the Democratic Party since 1964.
Wow.
Since 1964, black men and black women held up the Democratic Party. Last year, 92% black women voted for the Democratic Party. 80% black men voted for the Democratic Party. So if you're going to keep having a message for those who give you 30%, 20%, 40% of vote, what are you really telling to those 80% of black men, 92% black women?
Man, I'm just like,
right?
Yeah.
So let's be real for a second. Who's holding up the Democratic Party since 1964?
Correct.
The numbers don't lie. Jay-Z said men lie, women lie, but numbers do not lie.
They do not lie. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're not leaving nobody else out. We're just asking you to stop leaving us behind.
Correct.
Stop asking us to go for to be the date at the prom, and then you leave us at the doorstep. You don't even bring us into the dance.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm encouraging, right? Black women and black men to stand up. Don't give up on us, right? Don't give up on me. I'm telling you, if I don't do what I say I'm going to do not give me another term.
Correct. Because I think, like, when we make, there are rumors about Stacey Abrams joining in the race, and we also have former mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's currently petitioning her gubernatorial. I don't want the Democratic Party to get into a man versus woman. I want the Democratic Party to say who's the best qualified candidate. Because I think we find too many ways to divide. I think it just is. And the Republicans, when putting Trump back in office for a second time, even with 34 felonies, even with all the convictions against him, they stood on one unified message, right? Yeah. Even Mexicans believed it, you know?
Yeah.
Even Latinos believed it.
They did.
He had Latinos vote for him all on his messaging, and less than 3 months later, he was sending ICE at every Latino in America, sending them back to another country.
That's exactly right.
Man, that's got to be blasphemy, man.
Listen, we're not surprised because Project 2025 told us.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Right?
Correct.
Right? So we shouldn't be surprised. So, but to your point, and I love the fact that you brought this point up, the Democratic Party need to decide right now.
Okay.
Right? Because they're focused on 2028. I'm like, wait a minute. The fight is not in the Oval Office right now.
Correct.
The fight are at the state levels.
Absolutely.
Look at what's happening over in Texas. Look what California.
Yes.
Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Right? They're sending military folks, real boots on the ground. Because people keep talking about boots on the ground. That sounds great. It's a nice song. It's great for line dancing.
Correct.
But to me, when you say boots on the ground, you're talking about military personnel.
Yes.
And this guy is sending boots on the ground to cities where there are black mayors.
Yes.
So Democratic Party, what are you going to do to help these black mayors?
Yes. Yes.
What are you going to do to help these states, right, where he's sending these troops, real boots on the ground, right?
What's that?
So we can really show our hand by saying, this is our candidate
Yes.
for 2026. We'll let 2028 worry about itself right now.
Yeah.
But what we need to do is start thinking about 2026.
Right.
Right? We need to think about the men and women who need to be in these legislatures because they're going to try to gerrymander us out. And the reason why I raised the 1877, the Great Compromise, because to me, it was more than just a compromise in 1877.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
It was the greatest betrayal to African Americans.
Wow. Wow.
They kicked all those black men out.
Yes, they did.
Right?
Yes, they did.
Well, I mean, we made a lot of gains during the Reconstruction era, them 12 years during Reconstruction era. But they strategized and planned and executed in 1877. They kicked all them black men out because there were no black women.
Most definitely.
Like they were all black men, right?
Most definitely. Most
So
definitely.
think about it. So they called it the Great Compromise. Compromise meaning that you and I went back and forth and then we reached an agreement.
Yes.
No, it was a betrayal.
Definitely. Most definitely.
So we can't let 2025 be part 2 of 1877.
No, we definitely can't do that. We definitely can't do that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we need to bring in this new blood, this young blood, this fighting blood.
Yes.
It's going to be okay, right? Because we're going to still stand up for the Constitution.
Yes.
Listen, I said the oath 17 times. I'm not sure what my other candidates, opponents are, how many times they recited the oath.
Right.
But I did it 17 times.
Wow.
The oath means something to me.
I-
There's no expiration, right?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I made sure that my life was on the line for you, your family,
Correct.
and my family.
Correct.
Right? So don't keep pushing us out. Don't say that's an angry black man or he's too much of a fighter.
Yeah.
That's the candidate that we need right now.
Yes. Yes.
This ain't got nothing to do with, like as you stated, men versus women.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Who can win next November, the
Correct.
general election?
Correct.
Because we already know the Republicans already said who their champion going to be.
Yes.
That's going to be Burt Jones.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They already make it. No bones about it right now.
No bones about it.
So Democrats, who do we want up against Burt Jones?
Yes. Who
You want a commander against the UGA football captain? Because that's what it should be.
Yeah.
That should be the headlines for Game Changers. We got the Navy commander
Yes, sir.
versus the UGA football captain.
Yes, sir. Man, you said it, man. You said it. I can already see the narrative going. I mean, personally, I'm just like I think in order for pushing the Democratic agenda across Georgia, because like you said, in 24 terms we haven't seen Democratic leadership in Georgia. You made a very valid point about bridging the gap between economic development, the workforce, and winning Georgia boots on the ground. And you're very progressive in rural Georgia, right? You like rural Georgia is a very unique area. To the rural Georgia area, the guy that's going in the warehouse working every day, the pulp mill, I mean working hard. They keep them on 12-hour shifts. How do we reach those voters?
Yeah, first off, I got to go meet them physically.
Yeah, see, because they're not on the internet.
Right? I got to go to, that's right, they're not on the internet.
They're not on the internet.
I already told you,
Yeah.
right?
They in the warehouse.
They're in the
12 hours a
warehouse,
day.
right?
Yeah.
And so I got to go to Waycross.
Okay.
I got to go back to Camden. I got to go back to Bryan. I got to go back to these places
Okay.
that continue to say, you all are leaving us behind.
Wow.
Plants are closing.
Yes.
And some of that industrial operation is moving closer to Atlanta,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
They're opening up plants in Henry County,
Okay. Yes.
right? In
Yes.
Clayton County, and Fayette County,
Yes.
right? Coweta.
Yes.
These plants are moving in. And so we got to have a governor say, nah, I understand why you want to move, but why you moving,
Why you moving? Yeah.
right? Because they all want to be close proximity to Atlanta.
Correct. Correct.
So what we got to do, like for example, I'll give you another perfect example. These 4 casinos, I can't mention their names,
Okay.
but 4 casinos been wanting to come to Georgia for at least 10 years since I've been down to
Yeah,
Georgia.
definitely.
And they all want to bring about $1.8 to $2 billion a piece.
Wow.
But you can't put all 4 casinos in Atlanta.
Man.
Put one down in Camden. You know how many jobs that would create down in Camden?
Correct.
Along the coastline there?
Correct.
Interstate 95?
Correct.
You're going to bring in those from, what's that, Jacksonville, Florida?
Come on, man.
Right?
Come on, man.
Put St. Simon, all Jekyll Island.
Man.
Put a casino over there.
Man, it's funny.
Put a casino over in Columbus.
Columbus.
Right?
Correct.
Right? That way you're pulling folks from Alabama.
Come on now.
Right? Put another casino up in Blue Ridge.
Come on, man.
Up north. Dalton. Right? Don't try to put all 4 of them right there in Atlanta.
Yeah. Why we stuffing them like lab rats in Atlanta, man?
Right?
I think
That would be a travesty.
It's an agenda.
Yeah, it is agenda.
Yeah.
But you need a governor that say, you want to come to Georgia? Here are the rules.
Right.
Here are the rules.
Right.
Right? I need you to be in rural parts of Georgia.
Yes.
See, because they'll say, well, people don't want to travel. Oh, no, that's not true. Because we got Georgians traveling to casinos. We got Georgians going over to Vegas.
Yeah, Biloxi.
Biloxi.
Come on, man.
Right?
Come on, man.
In fact, truth be told, North Carolina put 2 casinos between us and them.
Yes.
Because Georgia's going up to North Carolina.
Yes.
Cherokee, and then Alabama put 3 casinos on our border over there.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Georgians are going to gamble.
They definitely going to.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get the whole point. I'm just using that as the example to respond to your question.
Absolutely.
That we gotta tell rural Georgia that those who may not want to work in a industrial plant for the rest of their life,
Correct.
They may want to be able to say, you know what, I'm good at poker.
Come on, man.
I'm good at being a dealer at 21 or blackjack,
Yes.
right? Or what they call it, craps,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Come on.
Right? Make more money.
Yes.
You go from 12-hour shift to a 6-hour shift or 8-hour shift,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cleaner environment.
Mm.
Come on, man. You got to create more options in rural Georgia is the response I'm making to your excellent question.
Absolutely.
You got to build an infrastructure. You got to give them access. And you got to create options.
Yeah, yeah. The trail ride was happening in rural Georgia before Atlanta made it popular, man. Come on, man.
Right?
Yeah, shout out to Porter Farms down there in
Yeah.
Jackson County, man. Glenville, Sand Hill, man. Shout out to Porter Farms.
Yeah.
They're doing it big down there, man.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying. I think it's time to mobilize the entire state of Georgia, utilize our resources, make things happen, put things in place. Now, speaking of utilizing our resources, and we just had former Mayor Robert Rickard on the show, and former Mayor C. Jack Ellis from Macon. Shout out to Commissioner Stanley Stewart. We just had them, and they talked about smart growth through high-speed rail transportation. What's your perspective on transportation infrastructure and making sure that Georgia is up to date with modern transportation, because we're behind?
We are so far behind, especially when Georgia is saying, listen, we're the state that we should be on the world stage every year.
Correct,
right?
correct.
If we're going to bring soccer, a World Cup, we're going to bring Super Bowl,
Yes.
and NBA, All-Star, Major League Baseball All-Star game, all this. So you need mobility to move all these millions of people that's going to be coming here.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Right? We have the land. Again, so you have to have a governor
Yes.
that's going to work with the business community.
Yes.
Right? Meet with all these chambers of commerce
Yes.
and say, we have a transportation problem.
Yes.
Not everybody wants to get in their automobile.
All right.
and get on 675, 85, 285, the main apparatus.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone want to get on a light rail.
Yes.
All right, is light rail a possibility?
Yes.
All right, let's bring in some engineers. Let's figure this thing out.
Right, right.
Right? Because those cities and states that do mobility very, very well, like Washington, D.C.,
Yes.
right? New York,
Yes.
right? Let's learn from them. Let's do some best practice and leverage from them.
Yeah.
Bring these engineers. Let's look at the lay of the land and figure it out. If we do this right,
Correct.
bro, now we help build an infrastructure for rural Georgia. Y'all gonna get tired of me hearing talk about rural Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Sure, because now the farmers,
Yes. Okay.
right, have an infrastructure.
Okay.
See, because when you put a rail system in place, now you can move cargo.
Yes.
Now we've taken cargo off of these 18-wheelers
Yes.
that most people complain about. That's, you know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now we create another option to move cargo.
Correct.
Listen, we got 2 world ports on the coast.
Wow.
So we got to think of another way to get cargo to the merchant ships.
Yes.
It's
yes.
not always going to be the 18-wheelers.
Man. And that's and speaking of 18-wheelers, Georgia has one of the highest pollution rates here, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have one of the highest pollution rates in Georgia when it comes down to like making just because those 18-wheelers and those emission tests are on the highway, Georgia is suffering with a health crisis when it comes to pollution and air pollution, man. How do you think we can resolve that? And make because we're talking about hospitals shutting down. So if people can't breathe,
We got to keep hospitals open first off. We got to get these hospitals open.
Yes.
But you're right. Our air quality is horrible.
Yes.
We have to have a system to monitor this across all of Georgia. Now, I'm going to shock you. You know, emission testing is only required in 13 counties
Wow.
out of 159 counties. You do know that, right?
Yes. Yes.
You're not required to get emission testing in Doherty
Or Wayne County.
or Wayne County. It's not required.
Right.
It's only required around the 13 counties around the Atlanta metropolitan area.
Okay.
So it's like you almost getting taxed to do the right thing. Make sure your vehicle is up to par. You got changing your oil, air filter, all that stuff
Yes.
around the metro area. But what about the other counties?
Correct.
It's not that the air stays right there in Atlanta.
Yes.
That air blows, right? Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we got to set up a system
Yes.
to make sure we monitor our air quality across all of Georgia. That's number one.
Number one.
Right? Number two, we got to keep these hospitals open.
Yes.
Right? And number three, we got to keep CDC open.
Man.
CDC can help us figure this thing out.
Okay.
Right? They can help us with a lot of these industrial plants across Georgia. So it's not just, pollutants that's coming from automobiles.
Yes.
It's also, if you ever get a chance, go over to Trilith.
Okay.
Right? It's a phenomenal area right there in the city of Fayetteville.
Yes.
Their homes are using geothermal.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
They don't even have air conditioning.
Wow. Wow. Energy efficient.
Man, let me tell you, they're using green technology, and I know green technology gets a bad rap, but it helps improve our air. Your studio here have LED lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
That helps our quality of air.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? Because it doesn't have all them gases of the light bulbs that were created 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Correct.
So the little things that we can do, and then again, government should incentivize.
Yes.
Right? And say, okay, brother, you have I don't know the square footage of your building here, but let's say we give you a energy conservation grant.
Yes. Yes.
To bring in new technology to help out your building here.
Correct.
That helps us all.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
We got to lean forward, not lean back.
Come on, man.
Right? And so I'm going to be that green energy governor.
Correct.
I'm going to be the one that's thinking about what are the mixed use of energy from solar. You can have solar panels up here, generators to help not only produce cleaner air,
Yeah.
but more efficient in your electricity. Help your bills go down every month,
Come on now.
right? We got a PSC race that's happening this year,
Okay.
right? I'm just telling you, everybody, make sure you vote the right way for our PSC
Yes.
because they determine our utility rates.
Yes. Yes. They definitely. And that was one of the lowest voter turnouts in Georgia.
Less than 3%.
Come on, man. Yeah. My mom worked the polls, and she said, "Man, I've never been
Less than 3%.
Yeah.
So what's the other 97%? We don't care?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I care. Every time that EMC bill comes to my house,
Come on, man.
they hit me in the head,
Yes. Most definitely.
right?
Most definitely. Now, before we let you go,
Yeah.
State Rep Jackson, I know we've had you in here for some time, and I want to go back to one of the things that I know African American people want to hear, and they want to know about it, and that's your stance on reparations.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Listen, I'm the only candidate.
Yes.
I know y'all gonna get tired of hearing that too. But look at my track record.
Yes.
The former state representative emeritus Roger Bruce, man, good friend, mentor.
Okay.
He sponsored the bill. I co-sponsored the bill.
Okay.
To talk about studying reparations. Right. He has since retired. Now we continue that fight.
Right.
We got to talk about reparations.
Yes.
We have to. Right. Slavery happened in the United States. We did not create reparation.
Yeah.
Let me give your listening audience a quick history lesson in 60 seconds. Abraham Lincoln created reparations.
Correct.
In 1862, Abraham Lincoln gave $300 per slave to the plantation owner. So if that plantation owner had 10 slaves, the government gave him $3,000.
Wow.
That's reparations.
Wow.
4 months later, Congress in 1862 gave land to every white European man, 160 acres of land.
Wow.
Free of charge. So they got money and land. Because Abraham Lincoln knew he was going to have to let black people go.
Yes.
And so he was given a form of reparation. So Frederick Douglass,
Yes.
a person that I'm studying like every day right now.
Every day. Yeah.
Frederick Douglass said, well, wait a minute, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
You about to let people go that look like me.
Right.
You done gave the plantation owner $300 per slave. You done gave them 160 acres of land. What are you going to give the black man?
Mm.
So that's when the 40 acres and a mule came up.
Okay.
And so they had legislation around October, November, legislation
Yes.
for 40 acres and a mule. They were going to give black men. Because they didn't, again, this was nothing against black women, but they were going to give black men this.
Yes.
Right? 40 acres and a mule.
Mm.
And before Christmas, they lined that out of the legislation.
Wow.
The only thing they kept in there, that they were going to free us, let us go.
Yes.
So you're going to let us go on January 1st of 1863 with nothing?
Come on, man.
But that was by design. Because, bro, that's when they went from slavery to
Yes.
sharecroppers.
Wow.
So they went from paying 0 cents for labor to 5 cents
Yeah.
for labor.
Yeah.
They went from calling it slavery to sharecroppers. So the slaves didn't leave the plantation,
They just were renamed.
right?
Wow.
They didn't have nothing. They didn't have no land to go to call their own.
Wow.
Now there were a few that
Yeah.
got some land,
Yeah.
but not like this.
Yeah.
How they were just giving white European men 160 acres. When you do the math, they end up getting 271 million acres of land.
Wow.
And millions of dollars.
Wow.
Abraham Lincoln and Congress created reparations. So we're the descendants. We're the descendants. The only way you can even come close to apologizing is to do reparations. It's not a handout.
Yeah, it's not a handout.
It's a promissory note.
Correct.
That needs to be fulfilled. And so I said, right here in Georgia, there's 33% black population. We should get 33% of that $16 billion, which equates to $5.28 billion.
Man, we need it today.
And then we figure out what we, as a collective,
Yeah.
what we should do with that $5.28 billion.
We need it today, man. And speaking on that, man, I'm with the reparations, man, but I like the one thing that I saw with the Trump administration, or I don't even know to give credit to the Trump administration, when the PPP loan was given out, right? That came directly to the people. You know, I think we've seen an influx of where certain Democrats have put on the show where the resources have come from the federal government. They take the money and then they give us food and clothes and everything. Now, we want the money, man. Mm-hmm. We want the money.
Yeah.
How can we show that the people get the money?
I think that's the only way you can empower the people.
I don't want food.
well, everybody's circumstances are different.
Gotcha.
Right? I mean, there was a time back in the 70s, the federal government gave everybody a block of cheese. How do you know I need a block of cheese?
Come on, man.
How do you know I'm not allergic to cheese?
Right.
We gotta empower the families and let them decide.
Wow.
So if that $5.28 billion, I know a lot of folks are already attacking me. He gonna give black people the money. What do y'all do with the tax cuts? Where'd that money go?
Where'd that go? Yeah. Where? Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't get mixed up in these attacks that they come after me.
Correct.
I'm telling you, in your listening audience,
yes,
game changers,
yes, sir,
that you get a Derrick Jackson, and I know I'm talking in third person. I know my wife's going to hit me on this. If I'm become the governor of Georgia,
okay,
right, I'm not giving promises and pledges that I know I can't fulfill.
Right.
Everything I'm talking about, I can do.
Yes.
I can do as governor.
Yes.
Right. I'm not.
Years.
Some people are wishing things as if they're going to become the king or become president. No, I'm staying within the role and responsibility of the chief executive of this state and the commander in chief.
Correct.
Right. Those are the two main hats that the governor would wear.
Right.
I know how to deploy military, make sure that it's mission critical. If we have to deploy military in Georgia, and when it comes down to making sure the operating budget is going to take care of the needs of families,
right,
across all of Georgia, not just in Atlanta, not urban and suburban, all of Georgia.
Man, first and foremost, thank you for taking your time out, coming on our show, sharing your thoughts, your race for the gubernatorial candidate of governor of Georgia. I want to thank you first and foremost. Anything you'd like to share with our audience before you go?
Yeah, first go to voteDerrickJackson.org. Go to voteDerrickJackson.org. Right. We're right now raising money. I can't compete. I don't have a dad like Burt Jones is give me a $10 million check.
Come on, man.
But what I do have, the power of the people.
Yes.
Right? And so your donation will go far. We'll pray over your $50 like we'll pray over somebody's $500 contribution, right?
Come on.
That's the first thing. Well, first, let me back that up. First, I need your prayers.
Yes.
Because, man, this race is not given to the swift or the strong. It's given to those who can endure. Yes. So I need that prayer of endurance.
Come on, man.
Number 2, go to Vote Derrick Jackson, give you a contribution. And then number 3 is here's the catch.
Yes.
Everybody got to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10.
Come on, man.
That I'm in this race.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This thing is about relationships.
Yes.
Because the 10 that you tell and their 10 that tell, we would now get the votes that we need.
Right.
760,000 registered voters in Georgia did not vote.
Wow.
You already mentioned the PSC race, as you mentioned your mom working the poll. It was the lowest. It was less than 3% turnout.
Correct.
If we turn out the votes like we did for Warnock,
yes,
I'll come back to your show.
Yes.
As Governor Jackson.
Man.
Come back to your show. Not ABC, CBS. Yeah. Come back to your show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, man. Want to give a good shout out to all our grassroots organizations. TJ Grace with Power for the People.
Yeah, TJ. Yeah.
Action Committee down in Liberty County. Big shout out to LJ Malone in Macon, Georgia, making power moves with Village Talks. All you grassroots media companies. I'm encouraging all African American, Black-owned media companies to come together. If ABC and CBS and Fox 5 can do it, we can too.
Yep.
We can too. It's time that we unite. It's time that we come together. It's time that we, if be the change you want to see.
That's it.
Be the change you want to see, man. Thank you, State Rep Derrick Jackson, candidate for governor 2026. Thank you guys for tuning in. Voices of the Village podcast. Man, shout out to the Mayor Melvin Harper down there in Ocilla, Georgia. Better for Ocilla. You guys, we're gonna be down there last week in September at the Sweet Potato Festival, man. We're gonna have a good time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They have a big Sweet Potato Festival down there in Ocilla, Georgia, man. Thousands and thousands.
Man, you gotta send me that information, man.
Yes, sir.
Come
Yes,
on.
sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna get that, man. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. My conversation with State Representative Derrick Jackson.
Justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see. That's why